One of the questions that I get asked frequently is what's the proper technique to hit out of a fairway bunker? First and foremost, we want to determine what club we can hit that will safely get us over the lip of the bunker. Now, a lot of times the club that we need to use to get over the lip won't be enough club to get us to the green. If that's the case, we just need to take our medicine and advance the ball as far down the fairway as we can. Once we've determined which club we're going to hit, one of the biggest things we need to remember is that we want as little weight shift in the swing as possible. So I highly recommend taking an extra club. That way we can ensure that we're not over swinging. When we get into the fairway bunker, we're going to take our normal setup, but we're going to play the ball slightly more forward than we normally would, because we're going to put about 3/4 of our weight on our front foot. And during the swing, we're going to try and keep our weight on that front foot so we're not shifting to our back foot. A lot of times when we shift to the back foot, that means that our club is going to enter the sand behind the ball. So we want to stay on that front foot so that we can make ball first contact. And if you can think about making a little bit more of a sweeping action, that will be beneficial. That way we're not hitting behind the sand. The sand is going to kill a lot of the energy of the club head, and we'll wind up coming up short on a lot of these shots if we do that. So a lot of times out here at Fountaingrove, we find ourselves short-sided with not a lot of green to work with, and oftentimes in fairly heavy rough. When we get to that situation, the traditional bump and run or even a chip shot won't give us the ability to stop the ball anywhere near the hole. So what we need to do in order to get that ball to come to rest without rolling out too much is employ a little bit of elevation. So two things that we can do to help assist that is to use a little bit of wrist hinge and also to open the face of the club. So the big reason that we employ wrist hinge in this shot is because if we drag the club low to the ground, we're allowing the rough behind the ball to interact with the club head way too much. It's going to grab onto the club head and slow it down as we go through. The other reason is that the steeper that we can hit down onto the ball, the more that ball will interact with the grooves on the face, roll up it, and give us just a little bit of spin. Because we're short-sided here, we need to get this ball up in the air to kill a lot of the momentum of it. It's a downhill shot all the way to the flag from here. So if we land it anywhere more than one step on, we'll never get that ball to come to rest. So we open that face up, and because we're opening that face up, we're going to open our stance up as well. So now we have an open face, but the grooves, the bottom groove, is actually pointing at our target where we want to land it. So I've got that ball forward in my stance, I've got my stance open, I've got the club face open, and I've got my weight on my front foot. From there, I'm just going to make a simple wrist hinge and try and accelerate the club head through the ball. Pops up nice and high with a little bit of spin.